kids, I'm going to tell you an incredible story. The story of how some hot dogs met some hot pickle.
Are we being punished for something?
Bit rude.
Yeah, is this going to take a while?
Yes. I mean, there is a bit of bread proving, so...
In this series, we're serving you big eats from the small screen.
Yes! Let's do it!
Recipes to eat along with your favourite TV characters.
How good is that?
Oh, wow.
Bringing food from the telly to your belly.
Did I pass out?
I did.
Hell of a woman. Let's go get some hot dogs!
Ranjit, party number 3.
Actor number 3.
Oh yeah! Look at us, riding around in a limo, eating hot dogs. It's like we're the president.
Hey, I bet you're feeling better now.
Oh, so much better.
The best way to level up your dogs is to encase them in beautiful fresh buns.
I do miss her sticky buns.
As ever, we're going to start by blooming the yeast. We need 7 grams of fast-action dried yeast
You still got that yeast infection, huh?
and a tablespoon of sugar to feed it. Pour over a combo of 150 millilitres of warmed milk and 80 millilitres of lukewarm water. Give that about 10 minutes to get to work and ready for New Year's.
Who works on New Year's Eve?
In a large bowl, weigh out 400 grams of a strong white bread flour. Add half a teaspoon of kosher salt. We want soft, fluffy buns, and to achieve that, we need the addition of fat to create an enriched dough. Make a well in the centre and trickle in 50 grams of melted butter and crack in an egg. These, along with the milk, will give us the additional fat we need to make our buns soft on the outside and avoid a crunchy crust.
No thanks.
Slowly pour in the yeasty mixture and bring everything together. Then we need to knead this for about 10 minutes until all the gluten is ready to party.
Actor number 1.
This is a very hydrated dough, so it's super sticky and hard to work with. We don't want to add much more flour, so this is one that's much better to do in a stand mixer if you have one. If you don't, let it sit and rest for a few minutes before you handle it again, and that will make it easier to work with.
Ranjit, party number 2.
Actor number 2.
Once it's nice and stretchy, transfer to a greased bowl. You can leave this in a warm place for an hour or so until it doubles in size, but I prefer to overnight proof in the fridge to develop the flavour. I'm going to divide the dough into 6 because I think a slightly larger bun makes the hot dogs feel more gourmet, if you will. But you can get 8 out of this if you prefer a slimmer bun. Roll the portions into balls, cup your hand around the dough and drag it towards you across the worktop to get tension and make them nice and tight. Roll each ball into a log about 15 centimetres long. They look tiny now, but don't worry, they will expand a lot during the second proof and when baking. Try to get the logs an even thickness through the middle with slightly tapered ends. They'll split along any seams as they expand, so make sure you don't have any exposed seams.
Party number 3.
Keep a gap of about 1 inch or 2 in between your buns to allow for them to expand. Pop over a blanket and we're going to leave our babies in a warm place to nap for half an hour until they're almost doubled in size. I'm going to egg wash the buns so that they're beautifully shiny and golden when they're baked. Mix up 1 egg and a teaspoon of water and brush that over the buns using a pastry brush. As always, the links to any equipment I'm using are in the description box below this video.
Shamelessly plug yourself.
These need about 15 minutes in a 180-degree fan oven. They'll be ready when they sound hollow when you tap the bottom. To make our hot dogs even fancier and fit for a New Year's Eve celebration, we're going to top them with a quick pickle relish. Grab a standard-sized cucumber, about 350 grams, slice it down the middle and remove the seeds and discard them.
So unfair. Who does that?
Give your cuke a rough chop and chuck it in a food processor, along with 1 green pepper and half an onion. We want to get this really nice and fine, but keep a little bit of texture. Sprinkle over a teaspoon of kosher salt and then get this in the fridge. We want to give this a minimum of an hour, but ideally overnight, to draw out all the excess moisture. Drain away all the liquid that the salt has drawn out and get the veg into a small saucepan. Then add in a different liquid.
Just as a misguided waste of time.
Pour over 100 millilitres of cider vinegar, along with 2 tablespoons of sugar, a teaspoon of mustard seeds, half a teaspoon of celery seeds, and half a teaspoon of salt. Bring this up to a boil, reduce to a simmer, and then let it bubble away for 10 minutes until most of the liquid has evaporated. Then leave the pickle to cool before dishing up your dogs. Now this is the perfect treat for New Year's Eve, or any other Eve actually.
And it is awesome. I want to cry.
You can find all our recipes and any equipment used in this video on our website, linked in the description box. And don't forget, the first rule of Bite Club is, you talk about Bite Club.